Welcome to Icon Coaching. My name's Kirk, and I'm one of the coaches. The key is to get started. About 500 years ago, Machiavelli wrote the book, The Prince, and in it he asked a classic question. As a leader, would you rather be feared or loved? And he said, it's both, actually, but if he had to choose, he would choose fear. Now, why would he do that? Well, about 500 years ago, or actually for most of human history, work, or the nature of work, was pretty repetitive and pretty simple. Yeah, there was always someone doing the architecture, the engineering, or the design, but that wasn't very many people. Hardly anybody was involved in things that were complex or required creativity. And we now know that when work is simple and repetitive, actually external motivators like fear of punishment work. But today, it's different. If Machiavelli was writing that book today, I don't think he'd come to the same conclusion because the nature of work has changed. In today's world, work is increasingly, not for everybody, but increasingly complex and requires creativity and innovation. And when work is like that, we now know that external motivators like the fear of punishment not only are ineffective, they actually hurt the quality of the work. You get a worse work product when you're using things like fear as a motivator to get things done. So in today's world, we'd come to a very different conclusion. If Machiavelli asked today, would you rather be feared or loved? He'd still probably say both, but he'd say lead with love. This idea became really clear to me just a few weeks ago when I was talking to a client. We were talking about a major project that had a serious deadline that had to be hit. We had to get this thing pushed out, or we really wanted to. And we kept using this word deadline. How do I get my people to hit the deadline? And I thought, deadline, what an interesting word. That's one of those words where we've taken two English words and slammed them together to make a new word, deadline. And when we do that in the English language, there's usually a fun story behind it. So I went and looked it up. Turns out deadline is exactly what it sounds like. It's a line at which you are dead. But what was its context? Well, the context was prisons. A long time ago, when we used to take prisoners out of prisons to do work, we would put them in the work zone, and then we'd either draw a line or sometimes put a circle around them, and we'd say, if you cross this line, we will shoot you. It was literally the deadline. Are we comfortable with a metaphor where the workers are prisoners and the outcome or the consequence is death? I think this is a terrible metaphor for us to be using. It's literally a metaphor that is in the Machiavellian sense driven by fear of punishment, and it doesn't work anymore. Let's drop the whole deadline metaphor. Let's drop fear as a primary motivator or the thing that we lead with. In today's world, what we actually want to do is lead with love. So the question becomes, do you want to lead with strength or lead with warmth? And the answer is both. You need them both. You got to be a little bit dangerous. You got to have some strength to your character, to your decision making, to the authority that you carry. But you also have to bring warmth, empathy, compassion, the ability to listen, curiosity, things like that. And you can see it in people's faces, in micro expressions, in the words they use, in how they greet each other. You can feel warmth. And in today's world, while you need both, you lead with warmth. We call this psychological safety, and we know that the best teams operate from a place that is psychologically safe. Said simply, it's this. You want to create a safe place to do dangerous things. So if you were asked the question today, would you rather be feared or loved as a leader? The answer is still both, but always lead with love. Hey, if you're getting value out of these videos, let us know down in the comments and hit the subscribe and like button because you know that helps. You hear it in every single YouTube video because everybody on YouTube knows it helps. So give it a click. Give it a try. Have you done it recently? I tell you what, just click subscribe today. We'll get the like button next time. And if you want more of this, if you like what we're doing here, check us out on iconcoaching.com. That's IKON coaching.com. See you next time.